The Super Eagles are back, and the list for the players that will, or list of players that will be partaking in the 2 games coming up against Libya is out.
Did they leave before?
Nobody is happy with the list. Nobody. Although some people like the list more than some others. I know that Kolade hates the list. So Kolade, why do you hate this list? What is the problem? Who are the players that you have a problem with?
The truth is, in every list, people will always find 1 or 2 names to complain about.
Yeah.
That's fine. But this time around, I mean, when you see some names, even if you don't agree with those names, if you can still find a little reason to justify the inclusion, then you can let it slide. But I don't see why in 2024, October, Taiwo Awoniyi is making the Super Eagles list at a time where there is no Victor Osimhen. I don't see why Taiwo Awoniyi is making that list. If you want to call in, okay, we know that without Osimhen, the next in the pecking order is Victor Boniface.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to call in another player, why not call Desas? Uche Crisantos is there. Many people are performing. There are loads of people that to just call Taiwo Awoniyi. I mean, there is Samuel Chukwueze, but then I would not really fault Chukwueze's inclusion because while he might struggle for his club, with the Super Eagles, he's a different player.
These days,
and one thing people should also understand is that there are some core players that you can't just take out. For instance, now people are saying Nacho this, but he's among the longest serving currently in the Super Eagles. You don't just phase out those players like that. In Didi and the likes, you don't just take them out completely. You take them out slowly. But when you see names like Benjamin Tanimo, I mean, I loved him when he was playing in the league and all of that. But this guy has not had any minute of action for Crawley Town. Should not be here. Toron Gia is there. Kevin Apoguma is there. Players are there that can fit him better. It just seems like a very, something that like Godfathers have their names and they just told Cerezo that Alpha will slot in 1 or 2 of my boys. And that's it. But anyways, we move. Why are you looking at me like that?
Zin is offended by that statement.
I'm not offended by any statement because you look at the list. First of all, majority of these players there are the ones that we called up.
Yeah.
Like it's not like we're thinking of too many new names. The only player we knew that we're going to have a different name, especially in attack, has to be as we knew that Victor Osimhen is out injured. So we're like, okay, without Osimhen, who comes next? We talked about Victor Boniface. And I still stand with the fact that Taiwo Awoniyi is not supposed to. But then, it's national team, and we've seen that many coaches want to bring players that they are comfortable with. And if there's any player that's played in that position before,
a beautiful smile.
Awoniyi has played that, although he has also struggled. Even when he was paired, when you had these 2 fronts attacking him and Victor Boniface, they still could not. It was still a big struggle. Under Jose Peseiro, I can really remember that game. That was when we played.
I can't remember
the game before
I remember
Zimbabwe. Yes, I remember
both of them were
so they struggled. So I'm looking at it. The manager in charge, the person in charge on interim basis that likes beautiful football. You understand? Augustine,
Cerezo, my namesake.
He's bringing in players that he feels can win it for him. Because one thing we know about coaches is that coaches always have their bias. No matter how a manager tells you that I bring player based on form, we still see that bias. So that in England, when Southgate kept bringing in Harry Maguire, even when Maguire was at his worst.
No, but Maguire was performing for England. There's a difference. So.
Yeah.
Maguire was actually performing for England. But I get your point, though.
I'm just talking about the manager bias that comes with it. So if you look at it, that's the problem. My only problem, I feel that Cerezo, like Nigeria needs to give him a chance. He has tried. Even the last game he played, that was a match during Finidi George. He scored against Ghana that game we had. So I know that our style of play doesn't really suit him. Right? In fact, every other striker apart from Victor Osimhen, it doesn't suit anybody at all.
So here's the start for you. Awoniyi's last goal was in February. So yes, you cannot really justify
Feb be like club and country.
What
his last goal was in February.
To also see too. I know he's not like it's so good or whatever.
And he has scored only 2 goals this year. And we're in October.
And that's still representing the Super Eagles.
Yeah. And these are the issues, right? Because you cannot really You can, like you have explained, Chukwueze
Yeah.
and Iheanacho.
Yes, but it doesn't mean you should not have too much
Of that.
Of that,
there has to be a
exactly.
balance. Players also
Exactly.
informed need to know that they will get called up if they do well, and that brings me to like the topic of, you know, what managers should look at when they're calling up for the national team. I remember that during the summer Euros, we talked about Rashford being left out by England,
Yeah.
and whether it was a good decision. So now, what do you think? Do you think that managers should prioritize form primarily and not be calling up players that are not informed, regardless of their standing in the team? Or should it be more of the players? Because we have to agree that managers don't really have much time to like train with the players. So you are more likely to go for who you already know rather than taking risks. Like this player might be doing well at club level, but how does this player's form translate in the national team? Is this player going to play well? So what do you think?
Most times, if you look at national team is quite different from club.
Yeah.
So most times, managers want to look at form, but still they also go at players that they trust.
Yeah.
But every of the lists you look at, there's this set of players that the managers are like, I would always call on them because they understand what it means to play for the national team, or maybe how to fit into my system.
Yeah.
If you look at all of the coaches we've had in the last 3 years, because we had just like 2. Last 3 coaches we had, I want to even add this current one we have on interim basis. Look at the call up he makes. They are usually the players that he's good with. Talk about even when Cerezo was there. Cerezo will still invite those players that he feels they are in quotes better for him, that can meet up with the kind of standard he wants. He might invite you. I think one coach that does that a lot was Genocho. Genocho will invite you, but he will not play you.
Yeah.
Because he feels you are not really fitting into that system. So that I think that's from the one that plays for Montpellier.
Akko Adams.
Yes, Akko Adams.
Has already scored 3 goals this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know he was invited once, but he did not get a game time. I think that was in 2020. I can't even remember the year, but that was
I thought it was in Norway.
During
Was that time he scored
not
15,
last year
15?
was invited?
no, it was not last year. It was during Ross tenure that he was invited.
That time he was actually in crazy form.
Yeah, I
15 goals in
remember.
15
He
games. in Norwegian
he
league.
still did not get his start. So it's more for managers. I feel for national team, it should be firstly based on form, and another one comes in players that you can trust, because it's too short for you to start doing the pick and tweak, especially now that we have important games. It's not like when we are having so many friendlies. Talk about the Copa America. Sorry, no, that's the South American League. They're talking about World Cup qualifiers. You cannot be doing too many tweaks. You talk about for here in Africa, AFCON qualifiers. You have to, if Nigeria gets 2 wins straight, we have already qualified. We don't need to stress ourselves again.
Yeah.
So if you can, the easier you wrap
I'm
it
not even
up.
talking about this Tolu Aroko Dari.
Yeah.
Genk. He has scored 6 goals.
But you see, we have too many strikers. Like, see, I am tired of.
Which is
I'm
why
tired of
we cannot afford to be calling a striker that has 2 goals this year. That has not scored since February. It's not like we don't have options. We actually have more than enough options. So what is
the best would have been Cerezo or from Montpellier. I think
Yeah,
if you look at the
Adams.
numbers, I think he has 3 goals already
Yeah,
this
3 goals.
season. Desas has 7 already. Also, it tells you.
I mean, I agree with Zini, but the way I see it, I feel like every coach should have his core.
Yes.
Maybe 2 untouchables, maybe 10 untouchables across your
regardless
defense,
of the-
midfield,
and attack.
and your attack. That
Then
regardless
after that,
of what,
every other
after those 10,
is-
every other place is available for grabs based on your form. You cannot tell me. I mean, look at England. Despite all the bias they have, the moment Cole Palmer hit form, his form was undeniable that they had to slot him in.
Yes.
You cannot tell me that somebody that has scored 6 goals, then somebody that has not scored since February will now make it based on if you want to. If I was I'm not the coach anyways. I'll soon do my coaching budget.
Every time, soon. Go and register. Stop doing this soon.
NIS
Dollar.
Go and register. Go to National Stadium soon. There's that NIS there. Go there. See, you're underrating our Cerezo. Don't do that.
Underrate our league.
So my point here is that if I was to have maybe 2 untouchables as a forward, I would leave Osimhen and Boniface. as my two untouchables.
Every
other person you are up for.
You know that even Boniface is not untouchable.
He has not even
gotten. He has not even. I will still say it. He has not done anything for us to say he's untouchable.
Yeah, but why we are calling him untouchable in quotes is because it's what he's doing at club level.
If national
that still comes down to form anyway.
I mean, take a look. Let me tell you why form should be the biggest thing over anything. Once upon a time, Lookman was not an untouchable.
Yeah.
It was Moses Simon.
Yeah.
He was the untouchable under this same Cerezo. Cerezo would never bench Simon. Anyway, it is Moses Simon.
He's back.
Start. But now, Lookman, after Osimhen, Lookman is the next untouchable in that team. Based on what? Based on form. Since January has been our most informed player. I think he's even our most informed player in 2024.
Players like Iwobi,
Iwobi is untouchable.
Maybe Tristan Kong for the leadership and everything. Just
even
keep
before
your
he used to be.
Form should be the biggest indicator any single time. Form should be the biggest indicator. We can't have players like
Taiwan. We need to give at least 10, 11 places for form.
That's why you say national. That's how David De Gea was so good as well, but he was still not. The form was there.
Yeah, but
he did not call him.
He didn't fit the style. That's also
that brings us to another level style.
And this one is very important because it's a goalkeeper.
I want to put you guys on a hotspot. We have our goalkeeping department. You have Nwabali and you have Maduka Okoye.
Yeah.
Based on form, as you are saying, who should start?
Nigeria's goalkeeping is not about form.
No, we are using this form.
It's not just form.
Based on form, it's straightforward.
It's not like Nwabali is
based on form.
Who should start?
Nwabali
is not doing badly either.
Now this is where I'll explain to you. This is where form comes into place here. If I have a striker scoring 10 goals and I have a striker scoring 2 goals, the difference is very clear. But even if Okoye is doing better at the moment, but the difference is not so much for you to just make a drastic change, for you to change your number one. Nwabali has barely put out the wrong foot.
Yeah.
But if it's that the difference is so bad, maybe he's making blunders every game.
You also be setting up Maduka. You go and start him now, and then we now concede 3. And maybe it's not his fault. Everybody will say, why did you change your goalkeeper?
What was not broken?
So you don't want to put him in under that kind of pressure. It's better if the goalkeeper that has been doing well remains number one. They don't change number ones like that. There's a reason why Ter Stegen, even when he was in the craziest of forms,
he never.
Just to remind you, over the weekend,
the
Super Eagles, should I call him? I think he should have gotten to that level now. Okay, great. Ahmed Musa scored a brace. Come on.
For Karo Pillars.
Yes. Wow. Musa scored a brace. Give him an invite.
Did he miss a penalty? Was it the one that played the penalty? Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear you. Give what an invite? Give who an invite?
Give Ahmed Musa an invite. You want to score 2 goals. Like, after not scoring, you come back to give him an invite.
Editor, please mute our mic. Ahmed Musa in 2024.
Is it? Do you know what it is?
Now?
Is it form? He's in form. So you just came in your first game, you scored a brace. You know what it is? Can you even editor cannot do it?
Calm down.
Editor, can you score 2 goals?
Isn't it just is enough? We're not ready. Next thing we'll score again. Now let's start clamoring for him. I beg. Thank you very much for your service, Ahmed Musa. Thank you for the World Cup goals. You changed my life. With those World Cup goals, you changed
against
my life.
Iceland.
That one of the goals looked like that. Yes. I think that was the second goal.
It
looked like
Argentina.
No, that was
crazy, bro.
But
it's enough.
It's enough.
Thank you very much.
But he has not retired now.
He has not retired?
Yes, no. He has not retired for international football. Just that we're not calling him up.
Who's ever going to call him up?
He has. Do you see him penning?
Some people they don't retire now. They just go away.
Okay, but yeah. So the question, by the way, like I think I asked this in the last international break. Do we still think Nigeria Super Eagles we need a number 10, like an actual number 10 that can break the lines, progress the ball forward, make those needle-eye passes? I don't think we have. We've not had that for about 3 years now.
The problem with the number 10 talk is that
it doesn't have to be an actual number 10, but somebody that can do that.
And that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
The problem with the number 10 talk is that when you say Nigerian is a number 10, what everybody just thinks of is the next Okocha.
Yeah.
We want the next Okocha. Everybody starts looking for who will
fit
be like that. That's why when Rabi Ibrahim came up and it looked like Okocha, everybody was like anointing him the next.
They use pressure and finish the guy.
But we don't really need a number 10. It's about the patterns of play.
Okay.
If the team is set up to play certain passes, to associate, it will come out. Ball will get to that person in the half spaces easily. But if you put the responsibility on one player to always make it happen, that also makes it easy for you to mark out that player. If you don't want any passes to happen, you just put someone to man mark or something, and that's the end. But we shouldn't be making it about one player possibly playing those passes. We need to have a structure that allows the balls to move from, the central areas into the deeper areas in attack. That way.
Fair enough.
That's what I think.
Yeah, but the way I just said, I just feel like our game at the moment is heavily based on wing play. And when wing play does not work, there should be a plan B that we can just... I think the closest person in recent years that could have done that, but he's in disciplined costume, was the one Kali. But he's a very indisciplined player, as we've seen. He has had struggles with club and country and everything.
Poor decisions.
Poor decision making and all of that. So I really don't know. But for now, we'll manage Iwobi and...
People use pressure to kill Iwobi. His uncle, JJ.
Iwobi plays so many positions. At club level, he plays multiple positions. Against Man City now, he was playing almost like a right back.
Almost like right back.
Everybody just... At AFCON, he was playing... It's just too much. We're giving him too much work.
Anyway, so like early predictions, bold predictions, Nigeria versus Libya, bold prediction.
5-0.
Get serious.
To Libya.
To Libya.
No. Why did you accept that one? But you not accept when I said Nigeria.
It's only for odds.
How many odds would that be? 5-0.
That will go up.
That will be like 50-something odds. But okay, on a serious note, bold prediction, Nigeria, Libya.
I think we win here.
And we draw there.
Yes, I don't think we win.
Is it in EU?
Draw.
Bold prediction 2-0 here in Nigeria.
Okay, we beat them 2-0.
Yes. Away 1-1.
So you don't really think we're going to win away?
We have this
Libya are good actually.
We have this difficult
I think we win
ways of winning away
at
from
home, and I think we lose 1-0 away.
2-0 here, Uyo.
If we don't win
1-1 at Libya.
Cerezo will pack his bag.
Cerezo is already on temporary position.
I think they are going to.
And he also is, and reports has it that he's looking towards taking the job on full-time basis.
Who wouldn't look for? You don't even need reports.
No, but I think it's a wrong move for him because first of all, being a technical director for the NFF, you are getting your steady amounts. You're not under pressure.
If he gets fired, it goes back to being technical.
No, you can't.
Director.
No, if he takes it's that one. He was still on temporary basis.
For the AFCON.
Yes, all those ones he brought in. So this one, if you take it fully, that means your position is vacant. That means someone else comes in as a technical advisor.
So
if they sack him,
he will just tell the person, move, or God don't come back. Is that not what our politicians are doing?
Anyways, the jury is still out on Cerezo, and we'll see what he will do in this upcoming international break. If peradventure the Super Eagles, perform below expectations and they need a new manager, I'm always available for them to call on me. I don't need your money, NFF. Call me, I'll get the job done for you.
You don't get coaching badge.
I don't need your money, bro. I don't need your money, NFF.
Don't have coaching badge.
I don't need your money. Just call me, I'll get the job done. Beautiful football, slick football, possession based, tactical brilliance. That's what you see. That's what I'm going to give. That's what I'm going to give the NFF. But anyways, give us your thoughts in the comment section below. What are you expecting from the Super Eagles against Libya in the upcoming international fixtures? And do you agree with the list? Or who are those players that you think should have not made the list? And who are those players you're expecting to see in the list? Tell us your thoughts in the comment section below. And we'll be catching you after the Super Eagles play.